the Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, everyone. It's good to have you back. It's good to be here with you today on Tuesday. We got our Cindy engineer. I was going to say bored Cindy, but we don't call you that anymore, do we?
Well, I'm not as bored as I used to be.
I know. And we have a new board.
And we do
as
have a new
said.
board, yes.
So technology-wise, I think we're doing a little better. I know. Producer Cindy.
Right.
Hey, we were talking about books just right before the show opened. Living in Vero Beach, it's about lifestyle. And some of the cool things that we do around town are things like we have great libraries. We have a lot of things that are going on over there. It's hot at this time of year, so I think a lot of people go in and find things to do. You can read local papers. You can read national papers, international papers. You can take the kids over there after school. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff to do. But what I wanted to ask you about is, have you ever done a Kindle?
To read the book on the Kindle?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I got to have the book.
Okay, you got to have the book. Now, I tried the book. I mean, I've been reading books, but my friend said, well, I went to Europe for a vacation to Croatia, and we're going to have a show on that because it was amazing, and we'll share the photos and everything. But they downloaded Kindle on my phone, and you can make the type style like as big as you
right. Yeah.
Like it could be like one word, page. So I got it to a comfortable level, and I'm like through like 2 books in 2 weeks. I'm so excited. Yes, I'm like liberated.
Yeah, okay, so
I know.
Now you know.
I know. Because see, Cindy writes. She's a writer and she's a reader, and that's why I wanted to kind of sort of, go with that with Cindy. So anyway.
We'll call you Kindle Lori.
Kindle Lori. I know. Well, I didn't. It's still on my phone. Now they're saying I should get a Kindle, that I can't just use my phone, because they're like, oh, but I think it's fine for right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, branch out.
I have my phone with me every day. So if I'm waiting anywhere, doing anything, waiting for people, or have some downtime, I can use my phone and read a book. So anyway,
I think I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It's about books. It's about reading.
It's about all of it.
It's about all of that. But Vero Beach, we love where we live. We love Indian River County. I work with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. I am Lori Davis, your realtor for life. I get people stopping me all the time now telling me, oh, I see your commercials on TV. I think they play through advertised with a little shout out to Ironside. They do all that programming for me. And it is really good. My son says, Mom, you got to cut it out, because all my friends are saying, geez, James, your mom's on the TV all the time. But, understanding that it's about brand, it's about awareness, it's about Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And I truly am a believer. 17 years with Dale Sorensen. It's a great company, and I really love what I do. I think it shows in my work, and the success that we have at Dale Sorensen is definitely evident. Now, people are always worried about too many people moving into Vero Beach. And I go, well, just relax, because there's not that much. So we've had, in the last 3 years, it's been like 5,000 people. Okay, it's not that much. There are people leaving. I keep saying that. There are some people leaving because there's not a lot of inventory, so somebody's got to go so somebody can move in, right? Mm-hmm. Right now, it's 166,000 people, 316. And it was 164 in 22, and it was 161, almost 162 in 2021. So there was a big jump that went between 21 and 22, and that was the COVID, that we're going to, decide where we want to live. And a lot of people decided that they could live in paradise like we do and still work or commute from Vero Beach, because we are centrally located to Orlando Airport, West Palm Beach Airport, and then I love Melbourne. If you can get in and out of Melbourne, it's so wonderful and so easy. So it's not really growing out of control. Now, when I say people have to move, one of the things that's going on, that normally people move about every 7 years. That's a statistic. That's true. People that buy their houses generally move. Now, you and I, Cindy, because how long have you been in your house?
31 years.
I've been there 23 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm
I've never
staying.
lived anywhere more than 10 years.
No, I
Ever.
didn't live anywhere more than 10 months or 10 minutes before that, but then I made a stand and said,
But
I'm
it's
staying.
so, I know. Well, it's Jim Davis because he's not a mover. He's lived in Atlanta for 40 years, one place. And of course, James was raised there, so that's why that was happening. But most people move every 7 years. So in real estate, you're
now
always,
they do, yeah.
Yeah, that was just kind of the cycle. But they might move to a bigger house, or they might move to a smaller house, or they
Okay,
might
yeah.
move to the mountains or whatever. But it sounded weird when I first heard it and learned it, and I was like, yeah, but it's true. Because they call me back and they go, hey, Laura, remember the house you sold me? Well, it's time to sell it. So,
Yeah.
but what's happening is now those people that normally move are not moving.
Oh.
They're staying in place because
Why?
there's nothing left to buy. The inventory's down.
Oh,
So
here.
here in Vero, they don't
here.
have anywhere to go, right? They might want to be lower. They want a smaller place or a bigger place, but the inventory is so tight
Okay.
that they can't. All right. And that's even if they don't have a mortgage. Now, if they have a mortgage, then we always talk about that. They don't want to go to a higher mortgage.
Right. And the interest, and
And the
we can
interest
beat that
rate.
dog all day long. So
Exactly.
you're talking about the people that are moving every 7 years but staying in the same vicinity. We're not
Sometimes,
talking about.
yeah. I mean, they don't always leave. They
like go
sometimes
from
just
here
move
to
around.
D.C. or here to Nebraska or here
Right.
to wherever.
From
Okay.
Florida, they're generally going they'll go back up north wherever they came from
Yeah.
to be by family, or they go to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
They go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
They like the mountains, North Georgia. It's there's kind of an area. If you go to North Carolina in the summertime, have you been? And you have family.
Everybody from Vero.
Everybody's Vero and everybody's from Florida. You get up there and then
Right.
people are like, you're from Florida too.
Well, they
It's
should
like
just-
getting off a cruise ship and they're like, you're on the cruise ship, I don't know. But
My people live in a different section. We're not going to get involved in
Oh,
North
okay.
Carolina. They don't live like by Asheville in the mountains.
Oh, they
live
don't do.
further inland.
oh, okay.
Kind of like south of Raleigh, which is another
Okay.
place a lot of people from Florida are from.
They
Raleigh and
are.
that.
Is that the Triad area? Is that
Correct.
what they call that?
I think it is.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Raleigh,
technology.
Durham, whatever.
Yeah.
It used to be literally you could roll a bowling ball down the street when I lived there in the 70s.
Yeah.
And not in Raleigh, but in the area. But
Yeah.
now it's
Yeah. Totally.
it's like Austin, Texas. Everything's
yeah,
there.
Yeah. We just talked about Austin, Texas today. Some barbecue Jim and I had there. Terry Black's barbecue
There
brisket.
you go. We
Somebody's-
should do a show on the best restaurants that we've ever been to in the U.S.
Oh, we heard about one of yours steak last week.
Oh, totally. It was the Mountain View Bar or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the second best steak I've ever eaten. Both of
love
them in
that.
Montana.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, now on the Barrier Island right now, we've got about 3.2 months of inventory. All right. 3.2 months. So it's still a seller's market until you get to 6 months of inventory. Then it's called a balanced market. It's easier. Buyers have more opportunity to negotiate. Sellers have less opportunity to negotiate because now there's more to look at and to find the product that they want. The median home price, median with an N, is $1.2 million this year so far in 2023, and that's a year to date. Last year it was $1,050,000. So the appreciation is 16% so far this year.
That's $150,000.
That is, it's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. I
It's a
don't
lot
have
of
it.
money.
That's a lot of money.
And again, unless you're going down in, if you're downsizing, then it makes sense. You would want, again, look at that seller thinking about moving. Now they've got to pay 16% more than they would have, but it's
Right.
going to keep appreciating. That's what
Yeah.
one of my notes is. You
Yeah.
got to jump in at some point. But if you're already in, then it is something you really have to weigh. And it's those are the things that are, you got to look at your financial situation. You got to talk to your realtor, and you got to decide what it is you're looking for, and get yourself ready to jump when it's time.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the mainland, the median price. Median means half of them are more, half of them are less. Okay, so that's what it is. It's the top at the point of the curve. It's $347,000 is the median versus $294 in 2022. That's the same year to date, right? So that's up 18%. It's
That's
getting
even more.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because this is where we talk about people trying to buy houses that are doctors and first responder. I'm not doctors, nurses and first responders
Right.
and teachers.
Working people.
Yeah, working people. I mean, people that service providers. plumbers, electricians,
Right.
floor installers, all of that. It becomes difficult, and I think that there are actually in the mortgage industry a lot of programs now that we're seeing that are helping people. Like there's something that you could get up to $12,000 that they would give you in down payment, which is a lot of what that upfront cost is. If you've saved your money, then you've got that down payment, and they'll give that back to you at closing. There are a lot of programs out there for people that are looking on the mainland. You definitely have to have a good mortgage company. And I mean, I love the banks. The banks are great. The local banks are really good. I always stay away from the national banks because I think it's just too impersonal. You're talking to somebody in a cubicle in Kansas.
Yeah.
You don't even, you're just a number.
You don't even talk to them.
No, but there are local mortgage brokers. Call one of the local companies. We like Caliber. They're good. We've got Cardinal. I mean, we've had Abby Bass on. She's fabulous. Abby Bass at Cardinal Mortgage Company. I would call her. Shout out to Abby.
Yeah, and I want to say, what's the one that you said before that?
Caliber.
I want to say, because they've done shows here, that they have those programs that you're talking about.
They do.
And they used to be like for, and I might be wrong, don't quote me, but like just teachers, just veterans, but now it's not. It includes other people.
It includes other people.
Yeah.
And Dale Sorensen Real Estate. We have our own program called Hometown Heroes. I think that was the name of theirs. Ours is something similar to that.
Yeah.
But it is first responders and teachers. And then they added it. We had nurses. We added in another group of people. So, yeah, we're called Dale Sorensen Real Estate if you're going to be looking to buy a house, because we also have programs too. So between us and what the mortgage company can do, those houses can become more affordable for you. So, we want to put people in houses. People should be safe. People want to own a home. It's kind of the American dream.
Right.
But I also say, and you've heard me say this before, sometimes you don't need to buy a home. There's a lot of expenses, right, Cindy?
Yep. The only good thing is, I mean, as much as our places, what's the word, went up in value here.
Yeah, appreciated.
It's been the last 2 or 3 or 4 years. I honestly never thought that my house would be as worth what it is right now, and it's because of what happened.
Right.
There was a lot of downsides. I wish I never owned that house.
A lot of expenses.
Oh, my
goodness.
of money.
A
lot of mess and heartache and responsibility, and I'm still there.
I know. Well, you managed. You managed through it. Because I know, well, you have.
Well, I'm still standing.
I'm still standing. Well, you got the roof, you got the walls, you got the, the patio and all that other stuff done, and that's what you have to do. You have to save up to do it.
Yeah,
so,
you do.
But
it's a big deal.
Yeah, but be sure to call Dale Sorensen Real Estate, Lori Davis, at 772-538-1828. And I can just answer questions, even if you're not looking right now or somebody who might be. Have them give me a call, or you can call for them, and I'd be happy to put you in touch with the people that they need to talk to or you need to talk to. DSRE by the numbers. How are we doing this year to date? 537 million. That's 19.4% market share. That is through today is what, the 12th of September. Yeah. The next closest broker is 427 million for 14.4% market share. I kind of feel like that number's been the same. That those percentages, it's going up every week as far as closed sales, but boy, September has been super slow. So
But September always was, though, in all the years that I've lived here. And in fact, you know what? When I first moved here 100 years ago, a lot of the restaurants in town would close 2-3 weeks in September.
Yes.
And the employees, that was always our vacation because it was so, they were rolling up the sidewalks. There'd be one car on Indian River Boulevard every 10 minutes or something. That's not like that any longer.
No.
But September was notoriously slow, as the end of May always was.
Right, exactly. It's coming back to school, going on vacation, getting out of school. I mean, these are natural cycles.
Yeah,
so,
they are. Here it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't, like I said, if you're not getting any showings on your house, don't worry, it's coming. And I've got people that are talking about putting their product on the market, and I'm like, let's hold off just a little bit until early October. Mm-hmm. I just think it's a good idea. So, interesting thing, all real estate, all categories. So we're talking about commercial, everything. $2.9 billion already in Indian River County.
Isn't that
sad?
Unreal. 2-point-something billion.
2.9 billion, and just residential of that is 2.7. That's a lot.
crazy.
That's a lot of houses. That's a lot of houses.
Moving and shaking.
I know. And of course, you can see we've got a nice chunk of that. So, it's that time. Chef Scott Baricchio, Citrus Grill House. Thank you, because I've been waiting to take a sip of my drink. I've been way too far into this show before I got to my cocktail. They always provide us with a cocktail for the show, Citrus Grill House, Chef Scott Baricchio. Today, we have the most amazing espresso martini. I talked to Alex today, and I said, espresso martini? He said, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Drink it and watch this.
Oh, it's so good.
Look at that view.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. So when you go to Citrus Grill House right there, 1050 Easter Lily Lane, it's right on the ocean next to Humiston Park. If you can see the show, you can see what the ocean looks like right there in front of it. It is absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. They're open Mondays to Saturdays. They're open lunch and dinner. It's fabulous. If it's not fresh, they're not serving it. Know that, and if they don't have it, if it's on the menu and they don't have it, it's because they couldn't get it. And they're not going to serve it if it's not the quality that they always do. Remember, Tuesday still has his pre-feed dinner.
That's right.
Yeah, Tuesday through Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You have to have your order in by 6 p.m., but it's $28. It's an appetizer and an entree, and it's delicious. So don't forget that. You got to go over and see Citrus. Tell them that Lori Davis sent you. And as I always say, see if that gets you anywhere. I don't know. I've never had anybody tell me what happens. Somebody's got to do it. Or somebody listening, go over there and tell me what you think. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, let's do this, Cindy. Why don't we just take a break, because then we're going to come back and talk about the coastal cleanup coming up to Saturday. Okay. All right, we'll talk to you in a minute. We got to do a commercial, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Come out this Friday and Saturday night at 7 and 9 p.m. for the Treasure Coast Best Live Stand-Up Comedy Show, featuring nationally recognized comedians, with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Warning! You may laugh until it hurts. Kickstart your evening with live entertainment, food, and drinks at Live in the Loop. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
If you dream of creating a home with furniture where you make life one long weekend, visit Sunshine Furniture now and save 50% on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington during the fall savings event. Bedroom, living, and dining room, home office, media, and occasional furniture that is inviting and comfortable, Tommy Bahama and Lexington offer everything you need to furnish your Florida home. We're also having a huge half-price fall sale on lots of other coastal furniture by Universal, Hooker, Riverside, Seawinds, and Capri, including big sales on patio furniture by Berlin Gardens, Lloyd Flanders, Telescope, Kingsley Bait, and Windward. All pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price, and in-stock rugs are on sale too. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and be sure to shop our outlet store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
If you operate a small business, you need services like payroll, tax compliance, HR tools, and other resources. You need Complete Employee Solutions. Vero Beach has a team of professionals, including Anthony Sammons, Matt McCain, and Jennifer Comer, who saw the need for competent payroll, HR, and employee leasing services. Call Complete Employee Solutions at 772-978-7277 or visit their website at CompleteEmployeeSolutions.com.
Hello, and welcome back to the show. I know that we're playing on Sunday. This Saturday, the September 16th, from 9 to 11 a.m. Very, very important. It's Coastal Cleanup. It's the Coastal Cleanup. It's an International Coastal Cleanup Day. It's actually worldwide. Mm-hmm. This thing's been going on for 36 years.
Yeah, I've done it a bunch of times.
It's a wonderful thing to do. It is. It's fabulous. People go out. Now, you can go online. So I went and said it's coastal-connections.org. Coastal-connections.org. And then go to the event calendar and then look for International Coastal Cleanup Day. It's a part of this historic event by registering to volunteer at one of our several locations across Indian River County. So when you get to the website, guys, you we have 15 waterfront parks or locations. They're doing boat ramps.
Right,
They're doing.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what we
it's
did
not-
in
it's-
Sebastian.
It's
yeah.
the river. Yeah, it's all of that. So you're going to see a list. I know you guys can't see all this, but there's a list on the website. So there's Ambersand Beach, Golden Sands, Humiston Park, JC Park. People know that. Big McWilliams Boat Ramp. Riverside Park. People know that. Round Island. That's the one down South County, right? If you go down A1A. Sea Grape Trail, that one. And some of them are going to be populated by organizations like Sea Grape Trail is the In River County Democrats Club. Sebastian Inlet Park, that one's sold out. They don't need anybody else down there. It's Sebastian Main Street Boat Ramp. It says sold out. It's a free opportunity.
Right.
But when you go to sign up, they're going to say, we're going to do this one. Sexton Plaza, they've got that one done. South Beach Park is done. Tracking Station, Treasure Park, Turtle Trail. So it's free, but they need people. And you can see where they need the help. And I think that's just great to be able to go over there. And you can just show up. You really probably could just show up with your T-shirt and shorts on. They're going to hand you a bucket or a bag, and you're going to fill it up, and they're going to collect it because they actually go out and measure it and make sure it's right. Cindy, aren't they getting plastics and stuff? They always
do.
measure the amount
I
of
want to
plastic.
say, because Kendra was talking about that when she was on the show, and then at other times, they do measure like the difference, like how many cans, how many bottles, what
Right.
plastic, the filament and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I think they ask sometimes, what's the weirdest thing that was found, you know, or like what.
That's kind of fun.
It is.
You
You know,
know?
like a shoe or a tire or God knows what. I'm not even going to say what else.
A hubcap, right? I
A whole door of a pickup truck or something.
Right, exactly. Well, you can find that stuff probably in the river, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a great thing to do. And you know what I wanted to say, you guys, if it's Sunday and you didn't get it, and you're listening at 4:00 on a Sunday, is it 4:30 or 4?
4 to
o'clock.
4:30.
Okay, so you're listening right now, and it happened yesterday. You can still go walk down to the beach. Go down. It's beautiful. And actually, in the afternoon, especially on the beaches, when the sun is setting, obviously in the west, after 4 o'clock, it is beautiful down there. The breeze is blowing. You know, take your flip flops, bring your Publix bag with you, and just go down and pick up some things. You know, let's if everybody did that, and I know a lot of people that do. I know when Jim and I go down there, if we go to the beach, let's bring a bag. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
we do it with a bunch of people in my neighborhood around the canals and stuff. I'm just shocked at the stuff people throw out of the car window when they're driving by.
I know, right?
My dog looks for the chicken bones, but you know, it is.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh my God, that's
It's crazy.
So funny. I know.
Crazy.
I know. Yes, thank you. I've got the farmers market. Just is the last thing that I wanted to talk about. Don't be afraid. I went down there this weekend, and there are very few vendors. They're kind of sort of, I think they're on vacation too. There's a lot of people out of town right now. It's very quiet on the roads. It's kind of nice, and you can shop, and it's lovely. But I ran into a vendor that I don't remember ever seeing before, and she's very unique. She's a Mediterranean food. She's got all sorts of, does of course a gyro, but she does all of these salads, and she's all organic. She makes it herself, and she's so funny. She's like, I'm just a New Yorker making good food. And so she came down here, and I tried 4 salads of hers, and they were absolutely beautiful. They, you know, like a tabbouleh. She's like, the Turkish tabbouleh. And I told her, I don't like raw onion. She's like, well, then you'll like these. And her selection, Cindy, she probably had like 15 or 18 things.
Really?
Yeah, it was really, really good. And, you know, in little containers.
Right.
So you can try it. And then next time you go in, some people were there ordering her octopus. And they've been following her around to get grilled octopus.
Wow.
You know, can't
That's a
find
big
that
deal
everywhere.
now, yeah.
I know
It's a
it
big
is.
deal
I
now.
know it is. Anyway, guys, we're glad you were here with us today. Glad that you guys are here in Vero Beach with me and Cindy. And we will see you here next week. Be safe. See you here next time, same channel. Have a great day.